Welcome to this first look at the new Android game GoPlaySomewhere. We have two phones here, two Android phones, one Samsung Galaxy S2 and one S4 that is communicating with the internet over a mobile carrier. They're about 1 megabit each. When playing for real, you use the GPS. But now we are using a fake GPS signal that is putting both the phones next to a soccer field. So we are going to enter a lobby. It's based on the current position of the telephone. So since these telephones are standing, both are standing next to the soccer field, the same soccer field, when they join the geolobby, they end up in the same geolobby. Butch entered first, so he became the owner of the game and the geolobby. So the owner decides what game to play and when to start playing, the configuration of the game and so on. For this demonstration we have only 2 players, but the game RealPong that we're going to play also supports 4 players in 2 teams. But now we are using these 2 players. So they are both in the geolobby, so we say we want to start playing. Based on the position, the GPS position of the players, GoPlaySomewhere determines that there are no existing game boards nearby. So the option we have is to create a new game board. And this is something the owner does. And we get a Google Map satellite view centered on the position where we're currently standing. We're standing on the audience area here on New Camp, but we're going to mark the soccer field itself with 4 pins to get an as accurately as possible, get a game field, and we call it New Camp, and we save it. So now we have a game board that is selectable. This game board is stored on the GoPlaySomewhere server, so the next time you go to the same soccer field to play, you don't have to create the game board again. It will be there to select right away. So we say we want to play on this game board. Just to be sure that we have selected the correct game board, we get a preview and we say this is the correct one. And since the white phone is the owner of the game, it gets to configure it. There is a configurable ball speed, a paddle size, and a game round count. For how many points does a player have to reach before winning the game? We put the ball speed at 2. We keep the medium-sized paddles and the game round count at 3. Next step, we are ending up on the game board. This square represents the football field in real life, and since we're using a fake GPS signal, we can move around. The only means of moving around is clicking on the screen. In the real world, playing a real game, the only way to move the player around is to walk around physically on the football field, changing your GPS position. So the red player has walked up to this paddle here. It was gray in the beginning, as you can see here, but when the red player walks up to it, he takes ownership of it and he can move it around by moving himself. Oh, that was the blue player. The red player now controls the paddles by running along the short side of the football field or soccer field. The blue player also picks up a paddle. The screen is rotated, so both players have their own paddle down here, and the red player gets the ball and shoots it automatically after 10 seconds. You see here, this is now it's up to the blue player to place itself in the path of the ball to return it, and the impact point of the ball determines how it bounces. And it's up to the blue player now to try to predict where it will end up. And this way the game goes on until one of the players misses the ball. So for demonstrational purposes, we let the red player miss the ball now, like that. Butch scores, and we can see here at the bottom of the screen that Butch now has 1 point, Cassidy has 0, and it's Cassidy that holds the ball. So Cassidy shoots, the ball goes off in a random direction. There can be some lag time sometimes, but most of the time it's not very much. I think we're going to let Butch win this as well. Now, that was a steep angle, so this is hard to catch. He doesn't even try. Butch now leads by 2-0. And Cassidy again has the ball and shoots it. In a real game, the ball would move much slower. Since this is a soccer field, it's about 60 meters across on the short side. It would be the ball is moving far too quick now for it to be a playable game. But since this is a demo, the ball is moving faster. Now we are going to let Butch return the ball, and then Cassidy will miss it. So just to be sure that he misses, we move him over here. Butch scores and wins the match. And the white phone is the owner, so you can choose a rematch. Then we go back to the exact same configuration. New teams, if there are 4 players playing, you can rearrange the teams and also change the configuration, or you can go back to the lobby. And in a few moments we will go back to the lobby automatically if we don't make an active choice. Or we can, like that. And since this is a beta version, you also are asked to provide feedback about the game experience. We skip it on this one since we've done it before, but here we answer a few questions with 1 to 5 stars. So we say 3, 4, and how fun was this game overall? It was of course a 5, and then we submit it. And then we also go back to the Geo lobby. From here we can add new players, we can start a new game with the same players, or in the future, when there are more games available than just RealPong, you can select another game to play. Okay, that's pretty much it. Thank you very much.